As you see from the title, this is another piece of evidence to support our new 3-part docuseries, Israel Keyes Life in Full Detail. Make sure you subscribe to Crime Culture Media at crimecult.com. The link is in the description. Serial killer Israel Keyes ran his own construction company, and this interview is one that the Anchorage Police Department did with a client of his. This client drove him to Lowe's and has a couple other stories about the work that Keyes did for him and kind of his view of Keyes. It's not incredibly long, but there isn't much information like this out there, and I know some of you who follow this case closely will be interested to hear it. So here it is.
Okay, this helps report Officer Soto on March 29th, and it's about 11:46 hours, and we are here speaking with his office.
No.
Sorry.
Hey, I need a quick, can you give me a call right back? Can you look in our files, and go get your receipts and get me the dates, for Mr.
My brain is dead.
Keyes, Israel Keyes? I need the receipts for the construction, Keyes Construction.
What was
I'm talking,
the last
I'm
interview?
talking to the APD guy right now. It should be there. It's a pink piece of paper. Mommy, you know what I'm saying? In one of the folders that say, if I knew, I'd have it. Just call me back. Bye.
Legal avance.
All right. Yeah, and kind of where we got your name from is when it called in because they recognized the name. We asked for that, and they called in and they said they bought the place from you, and you'd recommended his work. So that's kind of where we're at.
All right. It was actually right around this time, 2 years ago.
2 years. Okay, so 2010.
2010.
Okay.
I was selling the house, and I needed to find someone to do cheap labor, fix the tile, do some electrical work.
Okay.
And I think he did some trimming on the front door. And we were debating with the neighbors on price. And they said if you could find someone to do it, just get it done. Our neighbors across the street, or their last name, had him replace all their windows. He was over there for quite some time.
Oh, okay.
And that's where I got his name from. He had given me a bid before on painting something, and I told him no. And so that was pretty much it. Now,
and is this for the address on Brookview?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everything happened at Brookview.
Okay.
Now, the one interaction that I had more than I'd like to have had now.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we were trying to sell the property and doing all this stuff, there was a couple of things I wanted just done right away. So on one occasion, I think I went to pick him up and took him to Lowe's and took him back to his Turn-Again place, and then me there and we paid him a check there. That's the only interaction I had with him outside of the...
So you know where he lives.
So I knew where that house was. We were both talking to him. Actually, I talked to my wife about this recently. That's why it's fresh in my mind. And she goes, yeah, wasn't he engaged? So he had told us during that time he was engaged in that, because I remember he was constructing the whole front of the house.
Yeah, he remodeled that house.
Okay. And he goes, I'm remodeling it for my fiance.
Okay.
At that time, it was kind of a new place, so I scoped the outside. I never went in. There was an upstairs. The front was being completely remodeled.
Yeah.
And when I came in, he came from like the back front. He had, I want to say, 3 vehicles there. The one we were used to was a van.
Okay, used to a van. Okay.
Or that we had seen.
What kind of van do you remember? Panel, windows?
White van, no panels, beat up, older.
Was it windows? So
No,
it's like
no windows.
panel
It was
van
kind of
without-
like a construction
So
painter's
panel.
van. Yeah.
Okay. So it was older.
Older, 80s model,
Okay.
probably. It's hard to tell on vans when they were from, but he had a truck
Okay. Was it this truck? You may have seen it in the news.
No. I don't think it was this new of a truck. In fact, he sold it. And I say that because now that I see this, I remember talking about the truck, and he goes, "Yeah, I got to get rid of it." He had a green, and I don't know if it was his or his. Man, damn, that just came to me. So I don't know if it was green. It was a dark colored, olive colored, green colored. I want to say green, because I was looking for a car at the time. It's a SUV, and he said, "That's not mine. That's my fiance's." Nissan, something or other.
Okay.
I'm almost positive, but
Could it be an Xterra?
but it could have been, yeah. Some of that newer, it had just come out not too long ago. So
What
that's
color?
olive green or dark. It was dark gray, maybe black, green, somewhere in between. It wasn't black, but it was
Yeah.
dark. So I want to say like olive green or something like that.
Okay. And that was his fiance's. What
And
color
that's
was
what
the
he
truck
said.
he had? Or what
The
kind of-
truck was, oh man, I want to say it was also white, but it did not look that new. And then he had a trailer,
Yeah.
a big haul trailer, up a little bit a ways
Okay.
from where we turned in.
But he told you he was going to sell the truck and.
But he's
and
like,
the
"Yeah, I'm
van.
looking for a new truck." That didn't go.
Okay.
The last thing that we recall, because it was kind of weird, we had just bought a house in Palmer, and I said, "Hey, we'd love to have you out there." You know, we had all kinds of stuff planned to do out there, and he goes, "No, I don't go out to the valley," and that was strange to me, especially because we were offering pretty good money. I mean, even this
Yeah.
one, we paid him more than I think he was charging $11.50 or something. We gave him like $1,300, just like, "You did a good job. Here you go."
Yeah.
And so that was strange. And I go, I'll pay your gas. I'll pay this and that. He goes, "No, I don't do the valley." So that's the only thing I could say that was kind of off about any interactions I had with him. And that was literally the last time I saw him. I think after that, he worked with them on
Their stuff.
replacing whatever, because I paid and then he did it with them. And then I never heard back from them. So.
Okay. I don't know
Yeah,
where the
apparently
information came out that you might be friends with him. We're hearing a lot, to be honest, we're hearing a lot of people, he did good work, price is right, was punctual, didn't have any issues. Why were you giving him a ride? Was his truck broke down? You said you gave him a ride to Lowe's?
I don't know if he had stopped somewhere or what. I can't remember. But it was one of those things, "I'll take you," because he was making excuses. Kind of when we went to take the check.
Yeah.
Again, we were two houses we just wanted out, and I was like, "Fine, I'll do it," whatever.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. I think it was to look at the light fixtures that he did in the bathroom down below.
Okay. But you never went inside the house.
Nope.
Did you see his fiance?
Never saw a fiance.
Okay. How about his daughter? Did she ever come around and bring a little
No,
girl
and
around?
he never mentioned a daughter. The first time, and there was ample opportunity. We BS'd, whatever. We talked about fiance, but the first time was my wife told me about it being in the paper not too long ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I had no clue he had a daughter.
What was your reaction when you saw his name and stuff in the paper?
Shit, I could have taken this motherfucker out. That was my reaction. I mean, it was kind of all kinds of weird, and called me. She goes, "Have you seen the news?" I'm like, "No." And the one person we haven't, anyways. So that was my first, just kind of mad, like, damn, he's could have hurt my family. I've got 3 kids.
Yeah.
I had 2 girls at the time. I now have 3. But so that was. And again, I know he's a person of interest. You read between the lines,
Yeah.
And so it was kind of just like fear. It's been sensitive enough to us that my wife's trying to contact the people that told us. I believe they may be unaware of this.
The people that strictly Now, where across the street are they? Do you know their first name? Or?
They're not here anymore, and
Oh,
this
they're
is
not
why.
here
But
anymore.
we've remained friends.
Okay.
She was very vulnerable. She was from Russia. He was military. Her husband.
Okay.
And
And so he was in the Navy or,
Air Force.
Army or Air Force?
Air Force,
Okay.
and he
So,
still is.
Is it?
Mhm.
And
Just yeah. And she was. He went on two tours during that time, but I think he's the one that found Israel.
okay.
And so he was alone. I have to imagine, because she was usually there alone, and she'd call me for anything, fix the car, whatever, that she was probably there a bit, and it was the window, so I know he was there for
A long time.
period of time.
Hey, let me call you right back. I'm interviewing. Yeah. Well, I'm not done yet. Let me call you right back. Okay, bye.
So
So you think she, when you say vulnerable, just because she was alone and
She was
and
alone,
strong
he was-
accent, she's Russian, you said?
she was Russian. She's the sweetest. I mean, like I said, we keep in touch with them quite a
Okay.
bit.
Do you have a number for them, or your wife have a number?
They
for them?
are. Last I knew, the reason we haven't contacted them is they're on their first vacation, because he went there, then he went to Hong Kong, then they were in Germany, and then he went to some academy in Florida. And literally the last couple of weeks, they've been. Give you a number though. They've been some kind of honeymoon.
Oh,
Going
okay,
hotel
well,
to
that's good.
hotel. You know,
Sure,
they
sure.
keep posting it on Facebook. That's the only reason we know that.
Okay.
So she's like, let's wait till they're done, because she'll freak
No,
out. She's
I
the type that'll start
understand.
crying.
I
But
understand.
if you got to contact her, I can have my wife call her and give her a heads up. She's very emotional.
Okay.
Oh my God, she talked like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
she just very.
Yeah.
I'm.
And do you know where he's stationed at now, even though they're on this honeymoon?
I want to say they're still they're still stationed in Germany,
in Germany.
but I think he had a training in Florida, and then I don't know. They were going to take this.
Okay.
He was there for like 3 or 4 months. And I think they got him, honestly, we were both doing the rehab from HFC,
Yeah.
insulate your house thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So I want to say he got him, but I'm not sure from
Okay.
just from the phone book, but I don't know that for sure.
Okay.
But I know he's the type that they got money because he's cheap.
Yeah.
He'll call around and look around.
Yeah, sure.
Why aren't you here? The heck is that? Yeah. Come on, too many names.
Oh, your baby's not.
Oh man. Oh, you know that. I should be calling you. You have girls. Received her first invitation. I almost shot her before I shot him. She's only 12, man. I'm like,
Yeah, my daughter's 12. And
Oh,
she's got
man,
this
what's wrong
little
with
boy that's a stalker.
well, yeah, he's writing her notes. That's how we
Yeah.
found out. Mom found some notes and
I say
took
stalker
about.
being facetious. I told her you got to be nice, but you just tell him your dad's a SWAT cop and you're not allowed to be
I
boyfriend.
pretty much say the
girlfriend.
same. I'm like, should I wear the badge on the outside next time I go to school? I mean, it's like, oh man. And I said, when you're 18, you could start dating. Yeah. We know
Maybe
it's
after you
16.
move out of- Yeah.
Well, we know it's 16, but we gotta shoot high and then
Exactly.
high expectations. Here we go. And the guy, oh, that's their home number. Oh, I don't know if that's accurate. I don't call them. She keeps in touch with them much more than I do. And then their home number, and they had Vonage, which is why I think they can take these numbers with them.
And do you know when they're going? Or your wife know when they're going to be done with that vacation? Because I don't want to upset their vacation. They're out of town.
And that's why we hadn't done it, because we know she's gonna.
Yeah.
What's the longest cell phone ring? Yeah.
It's always my first text. I call my wife and I'm like, why aren't you answering yourself?
Hey, did you find it?
That's fine.
We had it before. Anyways, I have another question for you. Oh, okay. The girls aren't important. They can wait. Hey, we have a question for you. When are they still on their whatever honeymoon vacation?
Maybe
Do you
she
think
could
she'd be
call and
upset?
fill her out if
Okay,
when
why
they're,
don't you
when
call
they're
her
getting
first, and
done.
then they're gonna be calling them soon. She said a couple days ago she was still there 2 days ago. But
You know, to make it settle down, let me give you my info, and you can give that to your wife.
Okay.
And
Here-
they can
here's-
give it to me to
Here's
contact me directly.
he's gonna give me his contact info. So as soon as he gives it to me, I'll call you and give it to you, so you can
Yeah.
email it to her,
Because
text her,
we're done,
whatever.
So,
Okay.
and then they can call.
Love you, buddy.
Anything else you can think of? Maybe we didn't. That just made now. I mean, now that you've
That
seen
extra
this,
car in the
maybe
back, the construction.
was there a shed in the driveway when had that? Do you recall?
There's a lot of crap. It could have been a shed. I just remember a lot of junk on the side of
Okay.
that driveway,
Yeah.
through the trees or whatever in there. I thought it was funny that they showed a house in the paper that said, "Let's turn again home." And I had a blue house. I'm like, that's not word.
Well, that's where it is. He's done. He,
Oh, is
he
that also?
remodeled.
Maybe
He's
he just
fixed
brought it
up
all the
nice.
way up.
He did.
Oh,
He brought it
wow.
up. And,
Okay, see,
you
I
know,
didn't
the
know
other neighbors like,
It was
man,
really-
he did a great job.
It was
really
really
doing it.
all just sticks and trusses and.
Oh no, he. I
Also
mean,
maybe go out. So that's all-
inside it's really nice. I'll say inside he did a really good job. I was very
Makes
impressed.
your job a lot harder because that means he's a meticulous mother.
Yeah. So this also report. Let's see. We're going to end the interview. The time is 12:02 hours.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video or you thought it was interesting, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. And my name is Victoria Evans. Be safe out there.